What's up, folks? Welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I'm with Josh Reed and Ron Partain in an epic roundtable right now. Dude, this is the first time we've all been together on YouTube, right, guys?
It is.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time, so this is going to be good. It's going to be good, folks. Lots to talk about today. FTX, Sam Fried. Is it Sam Fried or Sam Fried?
Sam
Bankman Fried. I thought it was
Right.
Fried.
You said Fried. He said Fried.
Fried, fried.
Whatever, fried, whatever.
Potato.
Yeah, tomato, yeah. All right, folks. Get a recent study found nearly half of patients following popular weight loss trends quit within a year. Often used lower than prescribed doses and ultimately lost less weight than they were led to believe. This is why I use this sacred, amazing new product, and I'm obsessed with the results. It is designed to naturally support my body's own GLP-1 production and boost levels by over 50% without drugs, prescriptions, or needles. And we all hate needles. It promotes safety and feelings of fullness, reduces cravings, reduces my hunger hormones, helps me lose fat instead of muscle, which I'm totally on board with, and supports healthy blood sugar levels. Summer is here. It's time to get that beach body ready, folks. Nobody likes to wear a t-shirt at the beach.
Past time. The time for a beach body is in like February.
Yeah.
Grab yourself a bottle of GLP-1 now to save up to 44% only at trimwithnino.com. Plus, you also get 2 free ebooks titled The 3-Week Diet and 53 Fat-Burning Smoothies and Milkshakes, which I use. So get on it, folks. It's great stuff. I don't peddle anything I don't use. I always try things for about 2 months before I get on them. All right, dude, let's get into this, guys. Pretty crazy stuff. So I'm going to share the screen right here for a second. Let's see what we're going to talk about first. Whatever pops up. Ready? Bing. Here we are.
Oh.
Bam. Gabbard refers Obama's Russia hoax documents to DOJ after bombshell report. So, I've heard many times now for the last few months, Juan's been texting me saying preparations are in order, get ready. This is going to get huge any day now. Here it is. I mean, and it comes right after the Epstein list bomb, right? Right after the Elon Musk basically character assassination on Trump. Here it comes. And I think, it's debatable whether any of that was scripted or not. I know, Josh, you're kind of in the same lane as I am with that. But now here we go. And I think now that this is taking off, it's growing legs, it's running, this guy's in deep, deep trouble. This is when we have the potential for civil unrest, any kind of distractions they need. This is when they're going to have to pull those cards out. Do you guys agree with me?
100%.
Buckle up. Yep.
Yeah.
So when do you expend ammunition? Right now.
Right now.
This is we've talked about the firestorm and when they would prep this. This is war that we just saw break out. And Trump pulled the trigger. He's going to go after them. I believe that everything that we've seen has been scripted. It was to draw the attention to the Epstein files. It was to put them in the light because Epstein was the keystone that drew it all together. We're hearing rumors right now that the grand jury testimony from the Epstein files ties directly into FISAgate, that Brennan used Epstein and the dirt for political motivations to get the dirt on Donald Trump and to coerce people into going along with FISAgate as it expanded out. This is Watergate times 1,000 people. And yes, the director of national intelligence used the words treasonous conspiracy to describe the crimes that she uncovered. That is
Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, I've said this is getting ready to pop, and I knew it would come right after
July 4th,
the Epstein dud. And I'm wondering, was that? Do you think what's? Because I see everything as strategy here, guys, and I know you guys do too. What was the purpose of having the Epstein thing come out first? Was that the deep state playing their hand?
Distraction.
Because they knew this was coming. Do you think that's what it was, or do you think it was a white hat move?
Oh no, I think the Epstein thing was distraction on the white hat part, and I think that was one of the reasons why Bongino was so pissed.
So I disagree. I think that the whole Epstein thing was orchestrated, scripted for all of this. And if we look at the scenario, you remember the binders DC
Yes.
Drano, look
Mhm.
at my beautiful binder.
Yep.
There is nothing new in the binders except for one thing, one very important thing: chain of custody of evidence details. Now, what did Anna Paula Luna just say 2 days ago? That the deputy director of the FBI helped and assisted in destroying Epstein evidence. So in the binder, you had a chain of custody, right? You have Anna Paula Luna coming out and talking about FBI's destruction of the Epstein evidence under the former deputy director, that's Abbott, right? And then who gets fired the next day? Maureen Comey of SDNY, the DA, fired by Pam Bondi. In other words, Trump just brought massive attention to the Epstein files, where you have every left media outlet in the world saying they need to release this information. They need to release this information. Eyes on. All the people on the Democrat side are like, we want this released. We want this released. Everybody's
which
paying
I
attention.
agree with you, Josh. Which I agree with you. This was a white hat ploy. I agree. At least they took the bait. The deep state.
think
took the
that's-
bait.
What you're going to see is see the left covered up Epstein's evidence.
Correct.
Then the Democrats are going to ask, why? Now you got FISA-gate, and it all starts to unravel.
And the grand jury material being released.
Yep.
So here we go.
Okay, because I agree with what you just said. I thought, and I kind of thought that's what I said. Maybe I didn't articulate it correctly, but I think that I think it's a distraction, but I also think it was designed specifically for the purposes of what you just said.
Oh, you said distraction by the white hats.
Yes.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Yep, distraction by the white hats.
Yeah. I just want to make that clear because
But it was a distraction designed to. So you notice one interesting thing. I don't know if anybody noticed this. Donald Trump's Truth Social post, any official statement that he makes, he says, "Thank you for your attention to this matter."
Right.
Interesting.
He never did that before until recently. What he's doing is pay attention to what I'm saying. Read and watch what I'm saying. And here it is. It's all unraveling right now. And FISA-gate this is huge.
It's enormous. And you got to think also, what kind of leverage does he have behind the scenes for something like this, which is, I'm going to pull up right now. Bing, right here. There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
So,
Sam Bankman-Fried to receive presidential pardon and be released from prison later today. Today.
So, Ron, what are your thoughts on this?
Quick.
I am baffled at this, frankly. I mean, I just heard about it literally before we went live, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Deals are being made, man. There's leverage here. All of this coming out shortly after the Epstein list.
Well, maybe it's because he agreed to talk.
So 2 days ago there was a post and all of the stuff that we saw come out. One of the timestamp references that came from that was, when does a bird sing? Now, why is this important? The DOJ is investigating Act Blue with criminal referrals. We know how Act Blue operated. They use shell companies, and then the shell companies would spoof actual donors' credit cards without the 3-digit code in the back, and then they would funnel USAID money into the shell companies. They would use that as the donors' money going into Act Blue, and that's how they funded the Democrats. Well, guess what? Sam Bankman-Fried owned FTX. He created a secondary company known as Alameda Capital. Now, the whole crime that he committed was he embezzled money from FTX to Alameda Capital, paid it back with IOUs back to FTX. But what happened to the $1 billion from Alameda Capital? He invested in small companies around the country in the United States. But when you investigate these companies, they don't exist. They're nothing more than shell companies with no founders and short descriptions on TechBase or Crunchbase. But what you find out in the background is these companies would receive $1 million, and then they would donate 80% to Act Blue or Democrats or Mitch McConnell.
Right.
So what deal did Sam Bankman-Fried just make? He's going to testify against them.
That's exactly right. And you do know that FTX was you know what caused the collapse of FTX, right?
I do. Go ahead.
What precipitated the cause of the collapse of FTX? Okay, so that was Elon Musk calling his boy CZ Binance, who owns Binance. Well, they call him CZ because he's a Chinese name, so his initials are CZ. But CZ Binance is the guy who runs and owns the largest crypto exchange on the planet, Binance, and he called him and said, "Hey, there's some shady stuff going on with FTX. I would get anything that you have in FTX off of that exchange now." And that was when CZ Binance took everything that he had off, and that caused a cascade of basically a bank run against the FTX exchange. And the FTX exchange was trying to do make itself look legitimate, because if you looked at it, I mean, it was like one of the major sponsors all over sports. I remember the baseball umpires in Major League Baseball wore FTX on their uniforms.
Now, I want so Ron,
I remember that.
Ron, this is a twist that I don't think anybody's going to see coming, because you got to remember what was happening at that same time. Now, at the same time, there was a whistleblower from FTX that was uploading to Twitter at the time all of the information of this fraud. Okay?
Wow.
Then there was Nikolai Mushigian.
Uh-huh.
If people don't remember Nikolai, do you remember that post how he said that he was working after him and going to kill him, and then he died at 3 a.m. This was in the Caribbean? He's the founder of stablecoin DAI. Now, funny thing is they were directly integrated with FTX. And he talked about how FTX was being utilized as a proxy with crypto to fund human trafficking in the Caribbean, with big figures in the Caribbean who run those organizations. Who is that? Epstein.
Yep. And but
now what type of deals were made?
But it was also being used to funnel money that was going to Ukraine back into the pockets of the deep state.
Yeah, FTX actually, their developers are the ones that helped Ukraine in 2021 build out their crypto infrastructure. So although the Bank of Ukraine held their own crypto accounts, it was managed and owned by FTX. So every time that $250,000 would come in Bitcoin in Ukraine, FTX actually held onto the real capital and money in Bitcoin.
That's right.
And that's what Sam Bankman-Fried was pulling out of, because it was taxpayer dollar pulled out of.
So the fact that Sam is getting pardoned right now, Trump is going to use him as a massive tool. No pun intended.
100%.
Yeah, but I want to wrap this all up.
I want to say something though. Who was Sam Bankman-Fried's parents? What did they do? They were teachers at Stanford and MIT. And who were they best chums with?
Epstein.
No, Gary Gensler.
Gary Gensler. You're right, Gary Gensler.
Gary Gensler. And who was Gary Gensler at the time all this stuff was going down? He was
the head of the SEC.
He was the head of the SEC. But before that, he was a professor at MIT. And then before that, he was the I think wasn't he the CFTC chairman? He was the head of the CFTC, which is that's like the SEC's baby brother, because they deal more with commodities as opposed to like stocks. So anyway, but he was guiding all of these kids on what to do. I mean, the idea that FTX was crafted by Sam Bankman-Fried is an absolute joke. It's like nothing but he was just put in place. It's no different than Facebook, just on a different level. Facebook and LifeLock.
Let me ask you guys this. With everything that's happening right now, with all these developments taking place right now, we know we're in it now. We are in this window now where I think preparations are in order to make arrests probably in the next few months, is what I'm looking at here, is what I'm thinking. I'm sure you guys think the same thing. So where do you think we stand right now? I don't know who wants to order this. Answer this.
Ron can go first.
Okay, Ron, where do you think we stand right now with the hammer coming down on this and events or distractions taking place? What do you think? How far out are we from all this? Because right now I see, I mean, if it's already hitting the mainstream media, I'm gonna guess any day now something pops off, some kind of distraction, because they need to neutralize this as fast as possible. I was just talking to Juan about it. He goes, "Oh,
part of this, I feel like part of this has to do with a reset of the economic system.
Right. I agree with that.
And if everybody's talking about this, then it's like, what was it? If you've got this going on over here and everybody's looking over there, you can hide something really big over here. And I kind of feel like that's what the Epstein thing is right now. And this FTX thing, I think it could also kind of like go to that narrative. I don't know. I sent you a video and I don't know what I can say here without going, into the full mode that you had talked about. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna reserve what I'm gonna say until we go into
TV.
Yeah.
Well, I will prep going over the Nino's Corner because we're about to do that. I want people to understand the implications of what's happening right now and where we are at. Okay. Number one is that FISA-gate, Russia collusion hoax was real. It happened.
Mhm.
Number two is what that led into 2020. I won't say anything other than that. Was real. It happened. What does that mean?
Good job.
It means that these people committed treason against our country. Now, if Donald Trump's first term from 2016 to 2020 was impeded and restricted, as in he was a duly elected president and he was not able to do his job because Congress and Senate were working with the deep state, there was deep state actors impeding his progress. What does that mean? His first term was basically ruined by the deep state collusion.
Right.
In other words, we had a belligerent occupation of the country. So what does that mean about his first term is that legally he should be able to do it again. Now
Agreed.
You know why he's been talking about a third term.
Right.
That's where we're at right now. And we're going to talk about this on Nino's Corner. But this point where we are at right now, we are into the storm. There's no more calm before the storm.
Which means what I'm looking at is when you got someone hurt, they're against the ropes, they're coming out firing. This is when you have to be precision. You have you can use surgical precision to knock.
It's going to be boom, 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 boom.
And both sides are going to go in right now. And what does the other side need? They need distractions. They need the Epstein stuff. They need whatever they can to put the smoke and mirrors. And we're in it now, man. This is, I mean, I'm expecting any moment, not any day, any moment for this stuff to pop off.
Now, I'll say one more thing before we go over there, because this is what I'll talk about when we get over there, is DNI Gabbard came out and said that in the documents, there's direct collusion with foreign intelligence agencies and foreign adversaries. You got to remember, they were coordinating with Russia. Remember, China was directly involved in all of this. When you add that component into conspiratorial treason, it now goes into the direction of military control.
Yes, absolutely.
Which means that you do not have to try this in normal courts.
Well, and
this can move to a different part.
Now think about this, and I'll this will be my last parting comment. But remember what Trump was truthing in like April and May when he was putting out that stuff with the people who were around would disappear and things like that. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he was setting the stage then that it's like the D5 is coming.
No, Nessun Dorma.
Mm-hmm.
This is his revenge, and not revenge, but this is justice.
Well, right, so he said it from the stage of CPAC. I am your retribution.
Yep.
One more thing I want to bring up here, guys, and I thought this to be almost hilarious because on my morning show, I was talking about Stephen Colbert, and I think we've all seen the video where he's traumatizing that poor kid, allegedly. This is fluff too, but I'm going to go ahead and share this real quick. And I said this in the morning show, and literally 20 minutes afterwards, he puts this out. And I'm not saying Trump is watching my morning show. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying we're all on point here. All of us are. I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. I hear Jimmy Kimmel is next. Boom! Has even less talent than Colbert. Greg Gutfeld is better than all of them combined, including the moron on NBC who ruined the once great Tonight Show. So here we are on this. Now, a lot of people have been asking, when are we going to see Hollywood start getting taken down? I think this is it. I think Stephen Colbert has been pulled aside. He's probably being interrogated. Who knows what's going on? And I think it has something to do with the list. What do you guys think?
Let me pass some intel on to you guys. Okay. So now I can't say where I got it, and I can't say, but I'll tell you off air. But I've heard from 2 independent sources that CNN is in the process of going conservative.
I heard that too.
Oh,
I heard that.
I wouldn't doubt that.
They're in the process of going conservative.
They have no choice.
One guy said that his daughter works for CNN and was contemplating quitting because of the direction of the company. And it was like, because she's woke, right? So I don't know. I think the takedown of Hollywood has been kind of like slowly burning for a while, and it's now starting to pick up steam.
Now,
100%.
Nino, if you go back a few weeks, what did I say? Watch Resignations, right?
Don't say that word on here.
Oh, sorry.
Self-deletion.
I hate it too, believe me.
Poppycock. So, but watch Resignations. So we had what? Dick Durbin and Mitch McConnell not running for re-election. Direct people who were standing in the way of the Epstein files. Now we're seeing we have 2 Democrat congressmen that are no longer running, and now we have Stephen Colbert stepping down. More to come, people.
Well, you know what? And I don't want to. I keep saying it's my last, but I tend to think that the Epstein files, literally are being utilized to the benefit of Trump and the team to essentially, it's reversed. It's reverse. It's reverse.
And I guarantee
leverage.
you, we know Stephen Colbert is on the Epstein files.
100%.
And so you know, and who did Donald Trump have a phone call with? Rupert Murdoch the other day of News Corp. And all they had to do is make a call over to CBS, Paramount Group, and say, hey, Trump wants these guys gone, or they're going to sue the crap out of all of us.
That's it. You got it. You nailed it. All right, let's go to Nino's Corner.tv, where we're going to go full into this, folks. Let the punches fly. And the gloves off. That's what we're going to do on Nino's Corner.tv. Guys, thanks so much for joining me, man.
Untoldhistory.tv.
And redpills.tv.
Redpills.tv, people.
All right, folks. See you there.